May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are dedicating this entire week to increasing awareness and erasing the stigma. 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. live with a mental illness.
Whether it's anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, or a more serious diagnosis like schizophrenia, experts say we all need to keep our mental health in check. It's great advice. And one Orlando mother is really pushing that message forward after she found herself spiraling.
West 2's Christina Watkins tells us about the person who stepped up to be her caregiver and the safe space, helping them understand mental wellness.
It's very unique and extremely close.
Denise Epps and her daughter Elena share a very special relationship, one filled with lots of love, laughter, and endless support. That love kept them together when they experienced an unexpected test. It goes back to 2009. Denise was in her mid-50s, getting ready to send her daughter off to college. It's when they noticed changes in behavior, not in Elena, but in her mother.
Between 2009 and 2012, it was night and day.
I could not make decisions for myself, and I went through full-fledged crisis in around 2012.
When you say a full-fledged crisis, what did that look like for you on your worst day?
I had to be hospitalized. I was completely unaware of who I was, how I was, and more so, I was feeling so hopeless because I was so outside of my comfort zone. Not me. Me in this situation?
To their surprise, doctors diagnosed Denise with bipolar with acute psychosis. Experts say the symptoms can range from hallucinations to poor self-awareness.
The most presenting one is always psychosis, mania. And that was part of probably the hardest part that we had to deal with, was when I say mania, it was full, all out mania.
The mania translated to I'm going to sleep for 7 days or I'm going to be up for 7 days. I'm not going to talk to anyone or I'm going to call everybody.
Worried and wanting to be there for her mother, Elena left college early to support her mom, be her caregiver, take care of the house and all of its responsibilities. And together, the two began their journey, educating themselves on mental wellness. That's how they stumbled across the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI has affiliates across the state and throughout Central Florida, offering free educational tools, resources, classes, and support groups. One of those classes that helped Denise and her daughter is the Family to Family class. That's a free 8-session program that helped them understand mental illness, how to manage it, and how to support someone living with it.
NAMI provided that space to just kind of say, I don't know what I don't know, and I don't know how I feel about it today, and that's okay.
I depend on NAMI to keep me and help me recognize I can do this. I can do this.
And you're doing it.
I'm doing it, and I don't want anybody to think it's every day is rah, rah, rah. It's like, I do have to deal with what I have to deal with continuously, but I have to intentionally pay attention to what's going on in my mind.
Because of NAMI, Elena and her mom said they feel safe. They know what to do when things start to spiral. They're also encouraged now more than ever before to never give up on each other.
This took work.
Still is constant work. Yeah.
But that's the encouragement, is that it just continues to get better. I don't have a better friend on this planet than my mom. Every day is not wonderful, but every day is good if you choose to find the good in every day.
In Orlando, Christina Watkins, West 2 News.
Don't you love that? Not every day is good, but every day you can find the good in every day. I love that. I got to write that down. NAMI Greater Orlando serves Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties. There are also affiliates in Brevard, Marion, Volusia, Flagler, and Polk counties, but anyone at any time can reach out to NAMI for help no matter where you live. Go to our website, wesh.com, to see all the free mental health resources. And remember this number right on your screen. If you or someone you know is in a crisis, please call or text 988. That's the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.